Hey, it's George. This is going to be another Vinyl Finds. I was planning on watching The Doctor and the Kids stream, and it got canceled, so I thought I'd do a video instead. And, yeah, I got, I think last time I said I was going to do stuff I got from that kind of pop-up record fair sort of thing. I'll do that next Vinyl Finds, because I got some really great VCLT and stuff for Record Store Day, and a really big Grail. But first, excuse me, I'm going to show stuff I got at the thrift store. I know probably a lot of people don't really like CDs on here. I like CDs, and I've really been finding a lot of good CDs at, you know, Goodwill and Value Village and stuff like that. So this was the first one I found, not yesterday, but the day before. Steve Wynn, or maybe, no, I don't know. This week sometime. It's Saturday night when I'm filming this. Anyway, you didn't care about that. Steve Wynn, Kerosene Man, from 1990. Dude from the Dream Syndicate. I guess you'd kind of call this like a college rock sound. I'm not big into REM or anything, but I really like this. So if REM sounds like this, maybe I'd like some of their stuff. But like I said, dude from the Dream Syndicate did this album after they broke up. I think they reformed in the 2000s or something. I love his voice. Kind of a Lou Reedy sort of type voice, but he can actually sing. And it's on Rhino Records. This kind of has that over-the-top, you know, late 80s, early 90s production. But it's, I don't know, it's kind of to the point to me where it's so over-the-top that it kind of works in a weird way. Like Spike by Elvis Costello is the same way for me. It's kind of, it's almost too much, and it kind of is, but I still like it for some reason. This isn't the kind of thing I would have thought I would have been into, but I do like it. And there's some clunkers. There's Younger has that kind of, I don't know why I'm showing that kind of hard and heavy late 80s, early 90s sound that I don't really like. There's some songs that are just kind of wimpy, but there's some songs that kind of just sound like Dream Syndicate songs, like Tears Won't Help, Carolyn, Something to Remember Me By, Killing Time. There's also kind of a, like, especially Carolyn is kind of almost jangle poppy sounding. Anyway, you know, it's not the best album ever, but for $2, I like it. So, Steve Wynn, Kerosene Man. And this one I got today, and I was at St. Vincent de Paul, and there was these 3 big shelves of CDs, and it was all, I'd say like 90% classical CDs, a lot of them sealed. And, you know, so I looked through the first 2 big shelves, and I kind of thought, oh, I probably won't look through the last one. But I did look through the last one, and literally on the last shelf I looked, you know, big shelf I looked through, on the bottom shelf was this for $2.50. Ramones Mania. I can't remember what year this comp is from. 88. I think it goes up to Halfway to Sanity, maybe. But yeah, this is great. I don't have any Ramones. I don't have much Ramones. You'll see Ramones in this, and the stuff I got from the record pop-up thing whenever I do that. But this is awesome. You know, the first half is kind of the early, you know, 70s, early 80s stuff, and then the second half is, you know, the later 80s stuff. I'm not going to go through every track, but, and I can't really decide, but I think my favorite Ramones song is probably tied between The KKK Took My Baby Away and Commando. I love Commando. And but songs like Pinhead are up there. What was the other one that's on this? I Just Want to Have Something to Do. Do You Remember Rock and Roll Radio? People kind of seem to trash on the Phil Spector stuff. There's some, you know, kind of lame songs on that album, but I really like Do You Remember Rock and Roll Radio, as, you know, commercial as it is. What else is on here? Oh, I was going to say, I don't really like Beat on the Brat. I think Joey's vocals are kind of annoying on that. But yeah, Ramones, $2.50, so I was happy about that. Okay, VCLT. I got some really great VCLT from one of my favorite channels, HyperViper1. Awesome, really nice guy from Portland. He sent me 2 records. He's kind of winding down making videos for now, at least, but he shows some really great power pop and new wave, some newer punk, old punk. So yeah, and he has a really big back catalog of videos. So I've shouted him out a few times, but please go subscribe to him. Go watch his older videos. I think he just got up to 100 subscribers when I looked before doing this. But please go subscribe to him. Really awesome guy. He sent a really nice note, and he sent me a record I've been looking for a while. And that's Teenage Heartbreak by the Sorrows from 1980. This is on CBS. It's on a subsidiary of CBS called Pavilion. And it's a white label promo copy. And it's got the gold stamp. But this is just really good, kind of, I think he used this term. There's like 79 power pop, and there's like 86 power pop. Like 79 power pop is like Paul Collins, and 86 is like Plimsolls. And this is like 79 power pop. This is just really good rockin' power pop. Probably my favorite song on this is the title track, Teenage Heartbreak. But Bad Times is great. I Want You Tonight, Lonely Girl, She Comes and Goes, I Want You So Bad, Can't You Tell a Lie, Second Chance. It's a really good album. Really awesome album. And I love that cover. There's this dude who plays on the album. Well, this guy's named Jet Harris, which is a pretty cool name. But this guy, his name is Joey Cola. That's a great name. Anyway, I really dig this album. When he sent it, it had a little bit of writing on it. I don't know if you can see it. You might be able to see the indentation. But a good trick that I learned is, I don't know if they have it in other parts of the world, but in the US we have a cleaner called 409, and it's kind of I don't know how to describe it. It's not a very harsh cleaner. And so I just took a little bit of 409 and it lifted the ballpoint pen ink right up. So, yeah. So thank you very much, HyperViper1. Awesome record. I really enjoyed that. And he also sent an album that I didn't think I'd be into, but I really liked. And that's The Selector, also from 1980. This is their first album, Too Much Pressure. You know, I'm a Specials guy. I don't really like Madness. I didn't really like... there's a few English beat songs I like, but I didn't think I was really into much two-tone other than the Specials, but this is really good. I was surprised that I knew a lot of songs off this already. I already knew 3 Minute Hero, Missing Words, Too Much Pressure, and Murder. But Black and Blue is, and I liked all those songs a lot, but Black and Blue is great. What are the other ones that stood out? Danger. Yeah, I really dug this album. So I'll have to keep an eye out. For some reason, I thought On My Radio was on their first album. I think this is their first album, Too Much Pressure. Maybe it's not. Anyway, thank you very much to HyperViper1. I'll leave, one more time, I'll leave a link to his channel. But yeah, check him out. Really, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Okay, record store day stuff. There's 3 record stores in town. Only one of them does record store day. They opened at 7. People started lining up at 12. And the line ended up being about 6 blocks. So I went to a store out of town, and they opened at 11. I lined up at 10. There was 2 people in front of me, and I got everything I wanted except one record. I only got 2 records. I really wanted the Gandalf one, but they don't do any psych. They're pretty punk focused. So I just got the 2 punk ones, which were, this one was the one that I was like, I have to have that one. That's Punk 40. Oh, is that up? Yeah, that's Punk 45. Kill the Hippies, Kill Yourself. The American Nation Destroys Its Young. Underground Punk in the United States, Volume 1. This is a really great comp. This has, it has stuff everyone's heard of, like Chinese Rocks and Iggy and the Stooges, but it's got the Normals, Almost Ready, Electric Eels, Agitated, Randoms, Let's Get Rid of New York, Bizarros, Dog Meat by the Flamin' Groovies, Earthquake Shake by the Skunks I'd never heard before, and I really like that. It's got, I think, the best single of 1979, Not Now, No Way by the Pagans. The Lewd, Kill Yourself, Pastiche, Flash of the Moment, which I'd never heard before either, and really liked that. The Deadbeats, Kill the Hippies, which is great, which the comp's named after. This came out, I think, originally in 2013, and it got reissued for Record Store Day, I think, with a couple extra tracks, actually. And this is Volume 1 on Soul Jazz Records, so I'm hoping next Record Store Day they do Volume 2 and so on and so on. There's a really great one. There's 2 ones that I really want. There's one on just punk in Ohio, and then there's one on French punk that I'd really like to get. But these are really, nicely done. And it's like some of the, I'm never gonna get an original of the Randoms, Let's Get Rid of New York, or the Normals, Almost Ready, or the Pagans. You know what I mean? So it's cool to have them, and it's cool to have them all in one place with a bunch of other stuff. It's just on orange vinyl. So that was that was my number 1 want. And then this I got too, and that's the Ramones, 1975 Sire Demos. I think I read the story. I can't remember the tape that they sent to Sire that they got signed on. It's got I Want to Be Your Boyfriend, Loudmouth, 53 1/3, Chainsaw. I think there was a couple. Oh, You're Gonna Kill That. I love You're Gonna Kill That Girl. That's probably my favorite song off Leave Home, other than Pinhead and Commando. I can't remember which songs, but there's some stuff on here that I don't think ever made it onto a full album. So yeah, really cool. And it is on a cool colored record. That's pretty cool. And I thought it was a really nice touch how they made the inside black. I thought that was neat. Anyway, this is really good. Ramones, 75 Sire Demos. Anyway, there was, other than the Record Store Day stuff, there was 3 other records that I just had to get at this record store because, I'd been looking for them for a while, or I'd seen people show them. This first one, I think I've seen I've seen Hyper Viper 1 show them, Joy Kim Midlife Crisis Rants, and Berkshire Mike show, I think. And it's really good. And that's the Moderns. They're from Sweden, and this is 1979, 1980. They had a 4-song EP out in 79, and it has that, and then some other stuff and some live stuff. This is really, really good. It says, I'm a dork, so I cut off the hype sticker. It says Sweden's Finest Jam Clones. I feel like that's a little unfair. They have maybe a little more power pop tinge to it. They kind of remind me of Protex in the way that it's power pop, but it's kind of raw power pop. And so I'd almost say they're more somewhere between Protex and the Jam. But yeah, I was really impressed by this. I'd heard Got to Have Pop, and that was I just bought it based off that song, and every song I would say is up to that standard. The Year of Today, Say Yes, Tell Me When the Action Is, She Said Go, Identity, Suburban Life. There's a couple songs that are in Swedish that I'm not going to attempt to pronounce, and then some live stuff. But for me, the best song on here is, where is it? I can't remember now. Ready for the 80s. Oh my God, that song is amazing. I was really blown away. This is on Busy Bee, and it's 2021. I think there's when I was logging this on Discogs, there's this version, which is just black vinyl, and then there's a blue version, and the blue version is up to like $60, and this hasn't sold in a while, so I'm wondering if this is, I mean, I didn't buy it as a investment, but I'm kind of wondering if this is going to shoot up or something. This is really, really good. They also had the Carpets I don't know if it's their debut album, but it's their album from 1980. I know they had singles out before this that are a little rawer sounding. I don't know if they had an album. I don't know a ton about them, but this is really good too. Kind of also that mod sound, a lot more jam sounding to me than the moderns, especially the song Silly Games, the last song on side 2, really, really jam sounding. Yeah, this is really great. Unfortunately, it came, I'm not going to take it out, but it came kind of warped, kind of a concave warp, but it does play, so, you know, but it's really good. What was the other song? Friday Night, Saturday Morning was really great. Youth Rebellion, Fight Amongst Yourselves. Yeah, I really like this. The Carpets, and that's on Radiation, and it was, I don't know if you can see that, it was Record Store Day from 2022, so I guess no one wanted it. And then I also got, also from Radiation, from the same store, this Raxola from 78, they're, I think, Belgian band. I'd seen Doctor and the Kid play this. I think they did one of their featured records on this, and I think they did one on the Carpets album too. And then I've seen Joachim Midlife Crisis Rant show this too, and yeah, this is really good. I'd heard 84's Man, but the whole thing's great. Old Rat, which when I first heard that, I wasn't looking at the record, and I thought they were saying Mall Rat. Wildcat's great. Anxious, Steal It, Who Do You Think You Are, Panic in the Sewers. Yeah, this came out originally 78 on Radiation. It's kind of, you know, I have a Hubble Bubble album and the first 2 Kids albums, and it's really kind of cementing with this that, at least out of those bands, Belgian punk really has I don't know how to describe it, but has a particular sound. I can't really articulate what that is, but it kind of has a certain rawness, a certain, I don't know. It has a certain sound, and this is definitely in that sound. This is really good. Especially, I'd say probably my favorites on here, 84's Man, Old Rat, and Wildcat. So really, really great record. And this is also Radiation reissue, and it's on, the Carpets was on green vinyl, and this is on pink vinyl, and it's limited to 500 copies. I think this got a normal release on black vinyl. And then, then I went to an antique mall, and I was just flipping through, the record bins, and it was, Crosby, Stills and Nash, whatever, and, copies of Goat's Head Soup, or, the usual, kind of antique mall, $10, $15 albums they're trying to sell for $30, $40. But this one was there. And this, for me, has been a holy grail record It's not, I mean, I know it's not super crazy rare, but I wanted an original because it's such a good album. And the Vibrators' first album, Pure Mania from 1977. This is awesome. This, yeah, I know it's not about, oh, what's, people say, oh, it's not about what's better. It's, you know, you can like all music, but I will say, this is better than Nevermind the Bollocks. You know, I'm not saying that seriously, but I kind of am. This is amazing. Especially, I mean, side 2 is great with Into the Future and Yeah, Sweet Sweet Heart's great. But side 2, Petrol, London Girls, You Broke My Heart, Whips and Furs, Stiff Little Fingers, Wrecked on You, I Need a Slave, and Bad Time. That is a perfect side of music. That is a perfect side. This album is incredible. So I was really happy to find one finally at a good price. It's just a normal late 70s Columbia label. I'm not going to grab it. I was just listening to it. But mine didn't come with like a custom inner sleeve. It just came with a white one. So if you have one and it has a custom inner sleeve, let me know. But this is amazing. I'm going to have to get their second album now. I'm trying to think how to describe this. I think everyone's probably heard at least something off this, but it's kind of that perfect mix between punk and pub rock. It's that kind of perfect in-between sweet spot. Yeah. And I think Whips and Furs is probably, it's probably in my top 20 songs ever. So yeah, Vibrators. This, I was so happy to find this. So anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you again, Hyper Viper, for the awesome VCLT. The first time I've ever gotten VCLT, so I really appreciate it. Go check out his channel. And yeah, thanks for watching.